Hello, thank you for joining us on the news. My name is Amaka Izuchukwu. Ebonyi women charged livelihood through investment. Senate calls for permanent military base in Benue State. Measles cases in Europe reach highest level in 25. Now, the news in detail. Ebonyi women have been charged to improve the livelihood of their families through prudent financial investment. The wife of the governor, Mrs. Uzamaka Nwifuru, gave the charge during the grand finale of the 2025 International Women's Day celebration, which held at the Women Development Center, Abakaliki. Correspondent Pauline Wanirienwe is our guide.
The wife of the governor encouraged women to join small collective financial investments in order to sustain the status of their families. According to Mrs. Nwifuru, International Women's Day celebration was a day set aside to honor the contributions, roles, and sacrifices of women for societal development.
International Women's Day is not just a day of celebration. It is a powerful reminder of the struggle women have faced throughout history and continue to face today. It is served as a platform to honor women's achievements across social, economic, cultural, political faith. In Ebonyi State, as in many parts of Nigeria around the world, women have played pivotal roles in shaping communities and driving progress. However, we must recognize that there are still significant gaps in gender equality that needs our immediate action.
The Deputy Governor, Princess Patricia Obila, appreciated the wife of the President, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, for her empowerment programs, which Mrs. Nwifuru had been stepping down to women. Princess Obila advised women to always ensure peaceful coexistence amongst their communities to actualize the growth and development of the state.
Today, I am highly delighted to join Her Excellency Senator Oluremi Tinubu, the First Lady of Nigeria, and our own daughter, our own First Lady, Chief Mrs. Nwifuru, in this celebration of International Women's Day. And the theme is Accelerate Action. We are here to keep the action moving. No more dull moments in the lives of the women.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs, Mrs. Felicia Nwankuma, commended the transformational roles of women towards gender equality and human capacity development in the state. Mrs. Nwankuma said the theme of the 2025 International Women's Day celebration, Accelerate Action, was a wake-up call for women to improve their financial status, adding that Governor Francis Nwifuru had paid the counterpart funding for development projects for Ebonyi women.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Her Excellency will say, women, what is your dream? What is your value? Make a value of who you are. In this regard, I wish to announce to Ebonyi women of the most significant and signature project initiated by our father and governor aimed at increasing the economic and socio-cultural livelihood of women. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ebonyi State, has secured development partnership project with the World Bank called Nigeria for Women Project Scale-Up Mission. Very soon, we people will see Excellency in action.
lectures on sustainability of empowerment, investment and risk, and the importance of being a prayerful wife. To commemorate the International Women's Day celebration, the wife of the governor, Mrs. Uzamaka Nwif, recently presented food items, detergents, and financial support to various motherless babies' homes in the state. Pauline Mwanerienwe, Salt TV News.
The Chairman of ESCO Committee on the 39 model secondary schools in the state and Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Chief Richard Idike, has berated contractors handling the burden of model secondary schools for abandoning their jobs after collecting 100% mobilization fund. Chief Idike made his feelings known when he led other members of the committee to monitor the progress of work at various sites in Ishielu and Ohuku local government areas.
The committee visited St. Aidan's Secondary School, Umezoka, Izo High School Eza, Girls High School Ezilo, Community Secondary School Orizo, and Model Secondary School Abarigo, during which members observed with dismay that the sites had been deserted by contractors. The commissioner, who wondered why indigenous contractors who were given opportunity to provide infrastructure in their localities should take government's magnanimity for granted, directed that all the contractors should appear before the committee for detailed explanation before it takes action.
To be frank, is that all we visited, we are not impressed. Like I continue to say it, that the contractors are not doing well at all. You can see, this one is the chairman of the contractors forum. He's just at the level of block work. So it is very disappointing to the government who gave them the job. So it is not, in fact, it is something to regret, because seeing this one now, with the person doing it, in the next 1 year he can't finish it. So we are not happy.
Chief Idike expressed government displeasure over the attitude of some of the contractors who, despite several agreements to approach their contract with sense of seriousness, have not shown positive changes in their project sites, and warned that drastic action must be taken against defaulting contractors.
There is nobody here in terms of workers. It looks as if at this stage it has been abandoned, because they are supposed to have mobilized the people to be working, because they received some part of the money by January. So I wonder why people are not here to work. Like that person that is using 10 mm instead of 12 mm, they should go and remove it and replace it with the right rods. So some of them that are police, they have to write the undertaking before they will be released.
Other members of the committee and Commissioner for Capital City Development, Chief Sendo Nyima, his Market and Parks Development counterpart, Professor Nwogo Obasi, and the Special Assistant to the Governor on Internal Security at Abakaliki Local Government Area, Mr. Sendo Obena, frowned at the level of work and the use of substandard materials at various sites visited.
A businessman in the hospitality industry, Mr. Emmanuel Nwafo, has appealed to the state government to develop the tourist sites and amusement parks in the state in order to attract investors and boost the revenue of the state. Mr. Nwafo made the appeal during an interview with newsmen in Abakaliki.
He highlighted some tourist sites in the state to include Amancho Cave in Edda, Mpurukem and Otueke Beach in Afikpo, Amusement Park in Abakaliki, Ochoku River in Ikwo, Mpumekoku in Izi, among others.
Actually, the government of Ebonyi State is trying in terms of development and other things to make sure that Ebonyi State works perfectly like other states. The government is trying on that aspect, but they still have other things to do, like to renovate amusement park first. Is very important. So people can come in from different states where they can say, I'm free, relaxed, chat with their friends.
Mr. Emmanuel Nwafo stated that tourist sites and amusement parks are revenue drivers and relaxation centers where people can relax and stabilize their body pressure and reduce stress.
So that will also create an enable environment for an IGR for a government to mix the money through the IGR also. So also together to help make some infrastructure, develop amusement park also. So when they can be able to develop amusement park and a facility park, then it will be okay. People will be coming in. Take for instance, some areas like Ibe Beach and other places there. So government can help and put some effort there. So when those places are developed, so it will also attract people, foreigners from other localities to come to state to invest.
He commended the administration of Governor Francis Nwifuru for creating the enabling environment for hospitality industry to thrive in the state, adding that relaxation centers help to stimulate socio-economic growth in the state. I am Idam Eleri.
Commercial motorcyclists in Ebonyi State have appealed to state governments to help curtail the activities of illegal tax force. They disclosed this during a chat with EBBC crew in Abakaliki.
Motorcycle operation has become alternative source of livelihood to commercial operators in different parts of the country. Some graduates are unemployed who are patiently waiting for job opportunities resort to the business of motorcycle operation instead of staying idle in their various homes. Speaking to EBBC, a motorcyclist, Mr. Ephraim Nwite, who said he engages in motorcycle operation because of unemployment, revealed that he makes between 5,000 and 10,000 naira a day.
Some days, some days, some days, some days no get any money. You buy fuel, no see 3,000 or 2,000. Some days you buy fuel 8,000, 10,000.
Other motorcyclists, Mr. Ebel Ogbashi and Mr. Peter Itumo, complained bitterly about the activities of illegal task force who constantly distort their business and chase them around, and appeal to the state government to call them to order.
Okada business is not something people can do, but we are doing it because of the unemployment. The unemployment, I mean, is a condition where one or a number of people in a society has no work to do. But now we are feeling that our people are ruling now. But now problem is getting too much. Everywhere, if you stop here, they say no. You stop here, you say no. What is the problem? We don't know what to do. So let them allow us to continue our job in order to get our daily bread.
From here to here, you see Agboro, they will hold you. Collect 5,000 for your hand, 10,000 naira. If you call the son that their body is ruling, you know, you can't fight them. And the emblem now, last time they came here, I personally asked them why the emblem was so great. They say it's government. So they will buy the emblem. 3,000 naira. How much are we making here? People, all these people that they saw here, some of them are graduates because of unemployment.
The state chairman, Motorcycle Transport Union, Mr. Nicholas Ekoma, while commenting on the activities of illegal task force, said his office has initiated surveillance team to monitor illegal activities of the task force.
I have warned those people that are parading themselves as a task, which they call themselves Agboro, because I have organized people to check in them, because most of the time, those people that call them task force used to snatch the machine from them. So that is why we organize what they call surveillance team in our Okada. They used to patrol and checkmate them. And I told Okada riders, anywhere they see which work is not legal, is illegal, they should report to office.
Mr. Ekuma thanked Governor Francis Nwifuru for creating an enabling environment for motorcyclists to operate smoothly and freely in the state. For Salt TV News, I am Chidebere Nwori.
When we return from this break, we'll have stories from the foreign and national scene for you. Please stay. The senators asked the federal government to establish a permanent military base in the West local government area of Benue State to improve security and provide a faster response to attacks by bandits who often disguise themselves as herders. This was part of resolutions during plenary after Senator Yatanga Zam raised the matter of urgent public importance, drawing attention to the worsening security crisis in Gwa West.
He criticized the slow response of the state government, stating that authorities often downplay the attacks as mere skirmishes. The Senate therefore unanimously resolved to push for a permanent military base in the area. The call followed a fresh wave of violence in the area between Sunday and Monday night, where at least 4 people were killed in another brutal invasion by armed attackers. Tatenga Zam warned that the persistent attacks could have severe economic consequences, particularly in agriculture, which is the primary occupation of Gwa West residents. Meanwhile, the Senate Minority Leader, Senator Abba Moro, re-echoed Tatenga Zam's concerns, criticizing the Benue State government's inaction, which he said was pushing citizens to take the law into their own hands. According to him, the communities believe it is their responsibility to provide security while expressing disappointment over the deteriorating situation.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has ordered the immediate posting of 7 Assistant Inspectors General of Police to various strategic offices, as well as the posting of 18 Commissioners of Police due for AIG ranks, pending approval from the Police Service Commission to AIG offices nationwide. A statement signed by the First Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, said the comprehensive redeployment of senior officers is geared at effectively repositioning the force with a view to discharging its duties as expected. The report.
The newly posted AIGs include AIG Margaret Ochala, now heading AIG FCID Annex Lagos, AIG Abayomi Peter Oladepo, assigned to AIG Zone 13, Ukpo, AIG Fred Ekokotu, who will oversee AIG Zone 11, Oshobo, AIG Iwo Nemi Edwin Oshiboka, now in charge of AIG Border Patrol Force Headquarters, Abuja, AIG Garba Ahmed, taking on the role of AIG Department of Training and Development, Force Headquarters, Abuja, AIG Salman Dogo, assigned to AIG Zone 5, Benin, and AIG Kanayo Uzebu, now responsible for AIG Zone 9, Umahia. The statement added that 18 CPs acting in the capacity of AIGs pending the approval of the PSC have been posted to various strategic offices.
Away from Nigeria now, Southern African leaders have announced they will pull their troops out of Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, where they have been helping the government fight rebel forces. The troops were sent 2 years ago to support the Congolese army fight the Rwandan-backed M23 rebels, which had seized control of large parts of mineral-rich Eastern DR Congo this year.
At least 19 soldiers from South Africa, Malawi and Tanzania were killed when the M23 captured the region's biggest city, Goma, in January. Thousands of people have been killed during the fighting and hundreds of thousands left without shelter and fleeing their homes. There have been concerns the fighting could escalate to wider regional conflict.
The number of measles cases in the Europe region doubled last year to reach the highest in 25 years. A joint report by the World Health Organization and the UN Children's Fund, UNICEF, said children under the age of 5 accounted for more than 40% of the cases reported in Europe and Central Asia. The report.
The MMR vaccine, which immunizes people against measles, mumps, and rubella, is 97% effective in fighting off the dangerous virus. Measles is a highly contagious disease which is spread by coughs and sneezes. The measles virus can lead to pneumonia, brain swelling, and death.
And just before we go, a quick look at our major stories. The wife of Ebonyi State Governor, Mrs. Amaka Nwifuru, has charged Ebonyi women to improve the livelihood of their families through prudent financial investment during the grand finale of the 2025 World International Women's Day. A Senate has asked the federal government to establish a permanent military base in the West local government area of Benue State to improve security and provide a faster response to attacks by bandits who often disguise themselves as herders. This was part of resolutions during plenary after Senator Yatanga Zamb raised the matter of urgent public importance, drawing attention to the worsening security crisis in the West. The number of measles cases in the Europe region doubled last year to reach the highest in 25 years. A joint report by the World Health Organization and the UN Children's Fund UNICEF said children under the age of 5 accounted for more than 40% of the cases reported in Europe and Central Asia. And that's the news. Thank you for watching. My name is Amaka Izuchukwu.